In the unapologetically dark, high-octane, and breathlessly intense dark mafia romance Bad Bishop, New York Times and USA Today best-selling sensation L.J. Shen delivers a spectacular, gritty launchpad for her decadent Society of Villains series. The novel masterfully utilizes a forced marriage and syndicate chess match framework. The narrative centers on Lila, a young woman whose world was violently shattered during a tragic starless night that left her carrying both an unwanted teenage pregnancy and a dangerous secret that the New York Camorra needs to bury forever. Deemed a broken liability by her own flesh and blood, Lila's ruthless father decides to auction her off to the highest bidder to consolidate power. The lucky winner is Tiernan Callahan, an unhinged, clinical Irish mafia prince and self-proclaimed psychopath extraordinaire who rules from a throne of his enemies' skulls. Shen's signature prose is exceptionally snappy, high angst, and dripping with raw, combative energy and explicit, boundary-pushing darkness. The narrative expertly adapts the enemies to lovers, age gap, and forced proximity tropes into a high-stakes gray morality underworld. Tiernan takes Lila as his bride for all the wrong reasons, viewing her as an expendable pawn to leverage in his tactical war for money, prestige, and absolute dominance over the Ferrante crime family. However, Tiernan grossly underestimates his new wife. Shen weaponizes their volatile, slow-burn push-and-pull dynamic, shifting the narrative momentum into overdrive as Lila refuses to break under Tiernan's cold authority. Far from a standard, superficial syndicate romance, the book serves as a heavy, visceral exploration of absolute autonomy, the psychological survival of trauma, and the chess-inspired realization that a bad bishop, a piece blocked by its own side, will destroy the entire board to protect a good pawn. The audiobook format is an absolute holy grail for dark contemporary romance listeners, capturing the gritty, adrenaline-fueled undercurrents of the criminal underworld with magnificent atmospheric precision. The dual narration performance breathes visceral life into Tiernan's intense, sarcastic, and unhinged internal monologues, effortlessly tracking his evolution from a cold, detached predator who thrives on pain into a fiercely possessive, vulnerable protector. The high-heat encounters, chaotic family dynamics involving Tiernan's brothers, and sharp, witty banter translate into an incredibly addictive audio experience that demands your undivided attention. It is a mandatory listen for dedicated dark romance aficionados who crave the raw, toxic family empires of Amo Jones, the alpha hole protective energy of Cora Rayleigh, or the intense high society angst of Danielle Laurie. By the time the final act weaves their trauma-bonded alliance into a massive paradigm-shifting confrontation that reshapes the entire East Coast underworld, you will realize that Bad Bishop is a definitive triumph of modern erotic suspense, a dark, blood and velvet-lined map of absolute devotion.